200, 400 people, the contacts we got. Here are few fortunates who are chanting so wonderfully. So Prabhupada was mentioning that it is only the intelligent people that who take up to the Krishna conscious movement. And that practical example we can see, like how our ISKCON has been spreading very nicely, very close to these IITs, NITs, big colleges. Like there are lot of youths who are getting attracted to this Krishna conscious movement. So this is a practical example of what Prabhupada is saying, that only intelligent peoples can actually take up to the Krishna conscious movement. Uh, so when he was sharing this point, he was mentioning that there are different kinds of charity actually one makes, and a Vaishnava is actually a Paradukka Dukhi. So generally in this mundane world, there are different charities that we make, and then we get observed. Like people generally ask whenever there is a grand function of ISKCON, like so much of Lakshmi goes into this, like you can do so much other sevas, why are you not doing? But actually we should understand what is real charity, and where should actually one do charity. And so for this, in this regard, Prabhupada actually gives a story, which is a very nice story, which tells us like what is the real charity, and what is the ultimate benefit that one can get by doing the charity. So in this regard, he gives a story wherein he tells there was one very rich person in a big village, and then he was a very opulent person. He had all kinds of facility with him. There was nothing that was said to be not there with him, and he had only one son who was grown up very opulently. He was with that rich person. So once what happened in the neighbor village, there was one big mela. So he decided to take his son. He was maybe 3 years or 4 years old. He wanted to see that mela, so he actually took him to that mela. And then during that mela, when he had taken him, somehow this small boy actually got missed in that mela, and then he was roaming around from one point to another. This small child was actually roaming from one point to another, actually looking, not knowing what to be done. He saw that there are a lot of people, and he was initially observed in that crowd, and then was actually looking into so many things. He forgot actually who had brought him, and everything he forgot. So he was caught up with this mela, and then after some time he realized that he's not able to see his father, and suddenly he got little hungry also, and then started crying very loudly. So all the people there who were in that mela, present in that mela, saw the small boy actually crying very loudly, and they did not know what to do. So some were passing by, some were not even bothered to see what is happening. But some of them who were going by saw this boy, and they thought that maybe he's a small boy, he might be hungry. So one of them decided to actually buy some fruits and fruits for him, and then give him the fruits. So that boy, when the fruit was given to him, he initially took it, and then he ate the fruit, and then for some time he actually was silent. And then again, after some time, he actually started crying again, loudly started crying, this time even more. And they did not know what to be done with this boy. Then one passerby again saw this boy, and he thought maybe it is very cold here. Maybe I should give him some clothing for him to wrap, so that he may feel little comfortable. So he took a clothing. He took a clothing, and then he offered that clothing to that boy, wrapped him with that clothing. Then after some time, that boy initially got wrapped with the cloth. He again became silent for a little more time, and then after some time again he started crying very loudly. Then again, these people were not knowing why this person is actually crying. We have fed him, we have given him this thing, the clothing also. Why again he's crying? So meanwhile, rain also slowly started. Maybe they thought that because it was raining, he was feeling uncomfortable. Maybe we will take him to a nice shelter. And then they took him to a nice shelter. Again, initially he stopped crying for some time until he was not wet. And then after that again he started crying very loudly. Uh, then they started asking, "What do you want? Are you feeling hungry? Do you want? Are you feeling cold? What is that you really want?" People were asking various questions, but he was not answering anything. He was just crying loudly there. So everybody in that mela were got observed him because of his large crying. People were started gathering around him. They don't know what was actually really happening to him, and they were not knowing like what to be done with this person. So then one person in that mela actually saw this boy, and then he came to this boy, and then he saw that this person looks somebody who is known to me. So then he started asking that, "Do you live in this village?" He was not actually responding to him. Then he started asking about his father. "Your father in this village is a big opulent person. He's having so much so much land, so much big house. So is that your father?" So he was initially responding to what this person was saying, because whatever he was saying was referring, looks like it was referring to his father. So he became more interested in hearing this person. And then he started asking like the names of the rich persons in that village, and then he started mentioning the name. Is this person your father? He started asking. Then the child actually really became joyful when he heard the name of his father being actually told. And then this person recognized that this boy is not an ordinary boy. He's actually child of a very very opulent person in that village. I know that person. I will take to you. So he told to this child and took that child, and then he actually took him to his father. To his father. So the moment the child saw his father, he forgot everything, and then just uh, got got to his father, and then was so happy to see his father after so much time. He became so blissful seeing his father that he felt that I don't need any other thing, but I need only my father, because my father is the one who provides me everything. Whatever I need, he actually takes care of me so nicely. I don't need any other thing. So that's what the child actually felt after being lost in the life, or felt that importance of being with the father. So in this story, Prabhupada says that even though we do various kinds of charity, say we feed some poor people, we maybe give some clothing to this needed people. Sometimes all this charity are only temporary benefit. But a Vaishnava looks into actually what is the real benefit, what is the ultimate benefit for a person. So the ultimate benefit for the person is to revive his original consciousness. So to know why he is suffering in this material world, and then to revive his original consciousness, and then send him back, and then to invoke that real love of Godhead. So once that real love of Godhead is invoked, he is actually back to the shelter of his Father. That is the Supreme Lord, our Supreme Lord Krishna. So that is the real charity that we can make. So every Vaishnava who are actually trying, any Vaishnava, if you see, it's not that only they are practicing Krishna consciousness and they don't preach it to anybody. Prabhupada says preaching is a very important service in our sadhana. So that is why it is very important not only for us to keep ourselves, but actually to preach this message of Krishna consciousness, because this is the ultimate benefit for any person who takes it. That will actually solve all the miseries of his life. Any other charity only can give a temporary benefit, but this Krishna consciousness can give the permanent or ultimate benefit for that person. So that's why this charity is very, very important to be done. Uh, I think it's time. I'll stop here. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So you gave a nice insight about what is the best charity and what is the best help one can do to the other soul. So, so this is what the life of a preacher, this is what Prabhupada dedicated his life for.